The conclusion of the Europa League, starting with Benfica, and then the final push in the Premier League towards Champions League football. It's going to be a busy end to the season here at Southampton. I'm glad to have you with us. If you're new, don't forget to like and subscribe to the videos. But for now, let's get into the action. The last 8 of the competition then in the Europa League will welcome Benfica to the South Coast for the first leg of the quarter-finals, and we'll try and throw everything we have at them. This shot here from Pero, smartly saved from the Benfica goalkeeper, and then Martinelli coming in on the left hand side. He has his shot saved really smartly as well. Second half, and a delicious volley from skipper James Ward-Prowse, somehow plucked out of the air from the Benfica number 1. Frustration for Fonte, and Martinelli goes close as well, his shot looping around that far post. We cannot get that goal that we want, but in the end it's a smart save from Jurenchuk by Edgar Badia, who saves we're baking in the end in the first leg. 0-0, and history made. It's the first 0-0 of Jose Fonte's Southampton career. Incredible scenes. Back in the second leg then, we're away to Lisbon, and we've got to do it the hard way, having not scored in the first leg. It's a more open encounter though, with Benfica being a little bit more aggressive. And Malamed's looped ball over from the right hand side finds Martinelli. It's a cracking little header to make it 1-0 on the night, and a little bit of relief for Southampton. It was never going to be plain sailing though. Smart save from Badia, and then a lobbed through ball touched on from Larson and nicely just tucked away from him. 2-0. But if we thought that was it, we had another thing coming. Smart through ball from Ronaldo Sanchez and slipped in from Jurenchuk to make it 2-1. But in the end, James Ward-Prowse's nice ball there, just getting to it by Malamed and just getting to it by Larson. He finishes the game off. 3-1 aggregate score, and 3-1 of course on the night as well. Through to the last 4 in the Europa League. As we can see there, we're going to be facing Ajax, who confidently dispose of Red Bull Salzburg, and then if we get past them, a final perhaps against Atleti or against Sporting Lisbon. More Portuguese, we'll have to see. And then the Premier League, we've got a game in hand over Manchester United. 4 points is the gap, so some work to do on the domestic front for sure. Unfortunately though, we've got to start doing it against second place team Spurs and London in the smoke. We'll get off to a nice start. Martinelli just slipped in here, right in the top bins for him. An excellent finish from the man in form. A crunching challenge here by Salusi, and a quick breakaway. The ball held up beautifully by De Ketelaere as he waits for reinforcements, slipped onto that left hand side. And then Martinelli, who just dinks in Larson here, could have scored the goal of the season with that scorpion kick, but Lloris just got himself to it. Game winning save by Badia from Harry Kane means we take the 3 points just. And then it's to Wembley for the FA Cup semi-final against Everton. It's Reds against Blues, and midway through the first half, we'll find Adam Armstrong through on goal. His shot saved from little Pickford in his T-Rex arms. Fair play to him. And it's Everton that opened the score, and Alex Iwobi practically inside the net when he took that one away for 1-0. How about this for a goal though? Huge quick breakaway through ball there from Valerie. Slipped in Adam Armstrong with a 1-2 Carvalho, and what a hit that is from range. Fantastic goal from Southampton before half time, but then Gunnar gives the ball away and Everton pounce through Golovin, who gets that ball back, and it's a smart finish from him to make it 2-1 just on the eve of half time. Disappointing scenes for sure on the Southampton point of view. It goes from bad to worse though. Iwobi's ball over, and what a volley that is from Alan, just coming in from the edge of the box. He nearly breaks the net, he hits it that hard. A cracking goal for Everton there. 3-1 the score, and a lot to do for Southampton. It could have been 4. Tom Davies just has a rasper wide of that far post. Larson gets a goal back. But it's not enough for Southampton as Everton go through the final and we bow out at the semi-final stage. It's not going to be this year. Ajax awaits then. It's the semi-finals of the Europa League. It's a massive game at a massive stadium, Johan Cruyff Arena, against a massive European club. History to be made for Southampton perhaps, but we'll have it all to do away from home in this first leg. And it's going to be intimidating and interesting for sure. We don't start well. Ajax on the ball, comfortable possession for them, and what looks like an excellent challenge here from Fernandez. We win the ball, but hold on, the referee's not happy with something. It's a straight red for Fernandez, and we've got to have a look at this because it looked like an incredible challenge. On the replay as well, it looks absolutely fine. Fonte's absolutely steaming. We'll take another look here, and we cannot see what the problem is at all. It looks like a glorious challenge. Closer inspection. And Fernandez gets absolutely none of the ball. It's a foul for sure, as we see confirmation. None of the ball whatsoever. Fair enough. It's a red card, a bit strong though. And then we see a string of excellent saves from the Ajax goalkeeper. De Ketelaere denied. And then James Ward-Prowse's shot from range saved as well. So we've got to do something. We've got to have a decent first leg against Ajax. So as we see here, James Ward-Prowse just swapping with that missing man Fernandez. We bring De Ketelaere into central midfield, and then Larson is as a cam. We don't employ a striker and try and stay compact to hit them on the counter. Call me Pep, but in the second half it only works. De Ketelaire's lob ball over for Martinelli, nodded on and slipped away to take the lead. 10 men Southampton. But then it was never going to be that easy. Berghuis there on the ball. He just slips it over for Anthony, makes it 1-1. It's a shame, but it had to be coming. And then Sebastian Haller denied by Badia, who saves with a vital goal. Into the second leg then, down at St Mary's. It's 11v11 this time, and De Ketelaere calmly just prods the ball home. Cool as ice with the side of his foot there. He wrong foots the goalkeeper, as we'll see here, with a nice sweet finish. Goalkeeper going the wrong way there. 1-0 on the night, and 2-1 on aggregate. Chest and a volley from Larson makes it 2-0 and 3-1 on aggregate, and will look favourites to progress to the final somehow. An excellent finish from Larson, just coming inside that near post there. Sweet volley from him. But Ajax fight back. Sebastian Haller closing things up to 2-1 on the night and 3-2 on aggregate. Well taken goal from him. But then James Ward-Prowse through, and then a sweaty little volley from De Ketelaere guarantees that victory. It's 4-2 on aggregate. An excellent block just to make sure here by Salisu against former man Dusan Tadic. Excellent piece of defending here up against his thigh, getting that deflection in. And it finishes. We take our trip to the final. It's an incredible result and history being made as we progress so well in the Europa League. Back to domestic matters, and we've got a home game against Preston. We field the kids, and yet we miss chance after chance. After chance. And suddenly, this game got a whole lot worse for us here. Preston come forward the first time, and their ball hitting off the crossbar. They get a lucky rebound. They go 1-0 up. And surely this wasn't going to be our day. Robin Gosens then, a sitter on a plate for Salah. He somehow puts it wide. Frustration building. Salah's good ball to Carvalho. He slips it in. Surely can't miss. It's an excellent save again, and we just cannot score in this first half. Second half, and an excellent ball. Carvalho goes through, and it's an absolutely disgusting foul. Lad through on goal, and he's taking his ankles out from behind. Referees swanned over. It's getting a little bit tasty, and of course it's a red card. Now we're against bottom of the league Preston North End. We're 1-0 down, and surely we can get something from the game. Salah twisting and turning, and Seidel somehow gets denied as well by Ersin. We just can't get that ball in the back of the net. Front's absolutely bewildered, he can't believe what's in front of his eyes. Then Armstrong gets the ball back, fortunately, stabs home to make it 1-1, and with 10 minutes to go we've got a bit of a chance now. Just past Kuna's face there, slotted away by Adam in style. And then at last, Carvalho with his ball forward. Armstrong, cool as ice, slips past his man. He's got a little bit of pace still in the tank. He left foots it straight in the far post. And finally it's relief. We've scraped past Preston North End, who had 10 men. Right at the death there, 2-1 the score, but it's a massive 3 points. As the season comes to a close soon, we'll need them, no doubt about it. Crowd go wild at St Mary's, and it finishes 2-1. You can see there, that made a huge difference. We're now just 1 point off Champions League football. It's Manchester City who have slipped down into 4th, and we've got a game in hand on them as well, which means if we win our next game, then we'll be in the top 4 positions in the Premier League. An excellent piece of play from us. There's still a little bit to go in the season, but it'll be in our hands at least. West Ham it is that we'll have to get past, and to Ketelaere, a lovely finish, at least we thought it was. It looked in, didn't it? But on replay, we've hit that side net, and unfortunately, I thought it was offside at first, or a foul in the breakup. In the end, a good ball, touched on by Larson, and he slots away. No mistake this time, it's definitely in the net. Second half it is, and 1-0 the score against West Ham. James Ward-Prowse from range, huge range, and a good save from the goalkeeper. The ball was hit true and straight like an arrow. He couldn't have hit it any better, look at this. And the keeper's just got that right palm to it. Good save from him, from huge distance. Chance for Ben Rama, and he levels it up at 1-1 with 15 minutes left, and it's disaster for us, who needed that game in hand to be a win. But in the end, good press from Southampton will win the ball through skipper Ward-Prowse, ball over the top and headed away by Larson excellently to make it 2-1 for the second game running. And 3 more absolutely vital points in the end. So then the scene is Ellen Road, and what we'll have in store is the most bizarre game of football in Jose Fonte's Southampton career, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 goals in the first half, and then 7 with a scorpion kick. And we're just out to take the mick at this point. 7-0 the score before half time, and we're just being rude at this point. What are Leeds doing? I don't know if they're on holiday mode or something, but we've got work to do, and we show it well. So there we go, in the top 4 we are. It's in our hands now with 1 game to play. We've got Wolves at home, but of course we've got to keep thinking about that Europa League final as well against Atleti. We've got to get the Champions League somehow, and it is at least in our hands going forwards. We've got to keep a bit of an eye on Manchester City, but amazingly we could actually go top. Manchester United could drop points, Spurs could drop points, and Liverpool could drop points as well. And incredibly, with our goal difference, we could technically win the league, which would be amazing, wouldn't it? It's a huge tall order. Tottenham have got Chelsea though, they could drop points. Liverpool against Norwich, you'd fancy them to at least get a draw, surely. But stranger things have happened in football. Here we go then, it's the last domestic game of the season. We're home against Wolves, and it's going to be a tight one for sure. Wolves won't just lie down for us like Leeds have done. De Ketelaere just pinches that through ball, and he makes no mistake. Disaster for Sanderson, the Wolves player, who lost it for it. And then De Ketelaere gets the ball back, crosses it over for Larson, who stabs it away for 2-0. And is that confirmation of Champions League football for us? We just need to do better than City, but Wolves are going to make us sweat. 2-1 the score is. But that's the way it stayed. 2-1, a victory for us, and we get top 4 Champions League football. St Mary's absolutely erupts. History made down on the south coast for Jose Fonte. And what an impact he's had this year. So there's confirmation. We'll actually slip in second. Liverpool get the win against Norwich, not surprising in the end. But we'll come in second. We've got a better goal difference against Spurs, of course. And then Manchester United dropping points, as we'll see there. Manchester City below us as well. And it's a fantastic end of the season. Manchester United drawing with Arsenal. Their 1-1 means that they stay on 79 points. And now we've got to think about the Europa League final. It's Southampton against Atletico Madrid. Things you'd never think you'd say. We're at the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan Arena in Sevilla, and it's a bit of a home game almost for Atleti in this final. They're going to be unbelievably strong opposition, but it's for that trophy right there. Glinting in the evening, and the Southampton fans are done with proud, coming out in force. De Ketelaere chesting that ball down, looking for options. The 1-2 with Ward-Prowse slips on his left foot, and it's an amazing goal. Most of the way through the first half, and it's a goal worthy of a European final. Look at this with the left boot. Beyond that far post, just curling inside past Oblak's despair and dive. A wonderful goal from Charles De Ketelaere. Calm play from him. He slips in Martinelli, touch, and it's an excellent finish again. 2-0 before half time in the Europa League final, and we can't believe what's happening. It was never going to be that easy. Lautaro Martinez makes it 2-1 in the second half, and then the lead wiped out. Joao Felix buries it. It's 2-2, and we've got all the work to do again now. Subs on, and disaster. Pau Torres slips it past Badia to make it 3-2 Atleti. It's an incredible comeback from the Spanish giants in Atletico Madrid. Excellent finish from Pau Torres. And things looking bad for us now. 10 minutes left. And it goes from bad to worse. Petulance from Jordan Larson. Red card for him for kicking out in frustration. And everything's against us. You wouldn't bet on us at this stage, but we never say never. Martinelli cutting on the left hand side and getting the goal, slammed into the near post. As we'll have a little look on the replay, it's a massive deflection. Someone's smiling down on us kindly. 3-3 on the night. Virtually from the kick-off then. Perro's ball to De Ketelaere. Ward-Prowse touches on Adam Armstrong, who tries to lob Jan Oblak, who gets a palm to it. Open goal for De Ketelaere though. He prods it home. It's 4-3, and we're so excited. We'll skip the instant replay, and surely there's no time left now for Atleti. 4-3 the score it is on the night. 3 minutes of injury time is what they have to do something about it. But it won't be enough for them. The score finishes there, and history has been made. Southampton, the winners of the UEFA Europa League. An absolute elation for the English side. 4-3. It's been one hell of a final. 7-goal thriller. 10 men in the end for Southampton, who out of nowhere get 2 goals back in the dying minutes. And here we go. James Ward-Prowse is going to lift that famous trophy for Southampton FC. The UEFA Europa League winners 2023. And absolute delight for everyone involved. Jose Fonte getting his name into the history books, and there are your champions this year. Numbers then, scores on the board, and it's one hell of a season for Jordan Larson. Look, 40 goals, 41 appearances, but 19 assists as well. He's been absolutely invaluable for the club in every format of the club's fixtures this year. Our MVP, no doubt. But Charles De Ketelaere, let's not forget, our marquee signing this year, 27 and 41, in the league 14 and 24, but just as many assists. An absolute stalwart in the cam position, who's up to an 84 altogether, only 22 years of age. What a signing he has been for sure. Adam Armstrong playing second fiddle, of course, to Jordan Larson, but he's been invaluable in that role, certainly in the Premier League. And then Gabriel Martinelli, an excellent season, 15 goals, 15 assists, 30 goal contributions. in just 43 appearances. Nico Malamed's had a pretty decent season as well, especially in the Premier League with 10 goals. No assists though, which is an odd one for him on that right hand side. The young boy Carvalho making an excellent impact, certainly in the Premier League, 7 goals in just 5 games, setting the league alight this year. An excellent prospect for years to come. Robin Gosens hasn't scored many, but they have been massively important, and great assists were just when we needed them as well, coming off the bench. So sure. And then let's not forget James Ward-Prowse, skipper, 15 assists in 43 games, 1 every 3 games, and that's been absolutely crucial to our success. An absolute star of the team still, and a legend of the South Coast. Young boy Salah making a name for himself, certainly in the cup competitions that we've enjoyed this year. Not the league yet, but at only 19 years of age, he's certainly one to watch. So in the end, we dramatically overachieved, winning the Europa League and then coming in second in the Premier League as well. Beyond expectations, we can all agree, and it leaves us in a little bit of a tricky spot. We're in Champions League football for the next season, but if we have a look at the transfer budget here, 170 million English pounds, we're in silly money territory, and aside from Kylian Mbappe or Erling Haaland, I could go out and buy literally anyone in the world right now. And I think for Southampton, trying to keep it fairly realistic all the way through, it's got to a point where that's going to change. And I think in the real world at this point in time, with Southampton just being bought, they've got a brand new owner, this might be a sensible point to leave the Southampton series on a high, and a job well done for Jose Fonte. Let me know in the comments what you think below. I'm thinking about my next project. Is it going to be a fixer-upper, a short-term video series? Is it going to be a proper career? Let me know in the comments what you think about the sort of clubs that you would like to have featured in your Average FIFA Guy series, and hit me up for sure. I'll be responding to you, and look forward to future videos coming your way soon. For now, I'm your Average FIFA Guy, and I'll see you later. Peace out.